Welcome back to my channel, Over the Hill Fitness. For those of y'all that have been following me so far on my health journey, thank you so much for your support and watching these videos. If you haven't subscribed and you are new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and leave a comment, and also click on the like button as well. Also, you can click on the little bell for notifications so you can be given notifications on upcoming content. So here it is, Over the Hill Fitness. One more time. We're doing some great things today. As those of y'all that know my health journey, you know that I have been on this journey for a little over 3 months now. I am now on 64 pounds of weight loss so far, loving every single moment. And hopefully those of y'all that are in the program are getting some support through this channel. And those of y'all that are trying to start a program or want to start your health journey, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. For those of y'all that are familiar with the Optavia 5-in-1 program, it's a great program, and hopefully you're getting some great success just as I am in this program. For those of y'all that do not know about the Optavia 5-in-1 program or are not familiar with the program, pretty much the 5 fuelings that you get in your monthly box, and you have one lean and green that you prepare each and every day. You can have that for dinner, for lunch, or for breakfast, or whatever works for your schedule. So that 5-in-1 is spread out in 2 to 3 hour increments, and you're taking care of that throughout the day, and that's what brings you to your optimal weight loss in this program. So once again, if you have any questions about that program or wanting to start your own health journey, feel free to reach out. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. What we're going to do today is a lean and green recipe. It's one of my favorite recipes. It is buffalo chicken taquitos. So if you want some taquitos in your life, this recipe is for you. So we're going to have a little cooking demonstration to help some of you guys that are wanting to add this to your lean and green repertoire. So just hold on, and here we go. All right, first we're going to need 12 ounces of chicken. This is going to be cooked and then shredded after. But the first thing I do before I cook it, I go ahead and pound it with this meat pounder. And that way we can flatten up that chicken a little bit more. So it'll be easy to shred once it is cooked. Make sure you don't pound your finger, because that will definitely not feel good. All right, that should do it. Next, we're gonna season the chicken with a little bit of salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. And we'll do just a little bit on each side. You'll see the amounts on the ingredients in the comments, or actually in the description, I apologize. All right, so you will put that on each side. We'll start off with one side. Moving on to the salt. I've done this a few times, so measuring is not necessarily needed for me, but for those of y'all that are just starting out, make sure you measure so you don't go over your amounts. A little bit of garlic powder. All right, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So next, we're going to take the chicken and put it on a pan that we've heated up on medium. Just add a little bit of avocado oil spray is what I'm using. That'll be a healthy fat that you add to this lean and green. And just take the chicken, lay it in. And one way I like to cook the chicken to make sure that it is nice and soft and it's easy to go ahead and shred is I let it sit there for about a minute or two just to get that one side nice and brown. And then we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna lower the heat to low and cover it for about 10 to 12 minutes. And that comes out to some very nice, soft, juicy chicken. It's the best way that I've made chicken. So you can do it any way that you would like that works for you guys. But this is the way that I think is best for us. So while the chicken is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven at 400 so we can get that ready. And what we're going to do in there is cook the chicken a little bit more after we shred it, and also make our cheese shells for the taquitos. But while that's going on, I'm taking 1 tablespoon of butter. I melted that in the microwave for like 10-15 seconds. And then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of Frank's hot sauce, Frank's Buffalo hot sauce. I'm just going to take a spoon and squeeze that out there, and then just mix that butter and hot sauce together in this bowl. Just make sure that you get it all in there, and that's going to go over the chicken to give it that hot buffalo style taquito chicken flavor. Look at that. I don't know about some of y'all, but I love some buffalo sauce, winger sauce. Now, I missed some wings here and there. You can have some wings in the program to a certain extent, as long as it's not breaded. You can have that naked buffalo wing and have a certain amount of sauce on it. But this smells so good. I just love this sauce. I could eat this straight from the spoon. I don't know about some of y'all, but that is an awesome, awesome sauce. So you can look at that. It's a nice mixture, and that's going to go on the chicken. It's going to give it that nice little kick for those buffalo chicken taquitos. All right, next we're going to mix up the cheese mixture. You're going to have 1 cup of low-fat skim milk, shredded mozzarella. You're also going to have a cup of reduced fat. They say cheddar, but I like to use the Mexican blend cheese, reduced fat Mexican blend. It just melts better and it tastes good with the taquitos. And then you're gonna have 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And just gonna put all that together into one bowl. And then just mix it up till it's all mixed together. And we'll let that sit for a little bit while the chicken is going to cook in the oven. And then we'll start setting this up to make the taquito shells out of this awesome blend of mozzarella cheese, Mexican blend cheese, and Parmesan cheese. It's going to be amazing. All right, that looks good. All right, so the chicken is ready. It's ready to go. Before we shred it, I want to go ahead and weigh it to make sure that we get our 12 ounces. Remember, this is 4 servings. You only get 2 taquitos per serving, and then you're going to have to add your greens to that. I'm going to be adding some cauliflower rice, some mushrooms, and so that's going to make it really, really tasty. So we're going to take the chicken that's already made and go ahead and put it on the weigh scale here. So I have one of these food weigh scales, and we're just going to go ahead and put the little container here on top before we turn it on, so that way it'll go to 0. And then we're going to try to weigh it out. Just put the chicken in there. That's about 6.6, a little smaller version there. So we know we're at 10.79. So I'm going to cut just a little bit of this chicken so we don't go over too much. So we're a little bit over there. I'm going to cut that just a little bit more because I want to make sure that we do not go over the 12 ounces for the chicken. And that's going to give you about 12, just a little above 12. And cut it one more time, just a little, so we can get that correct amount. And right there, about 11.96, so really close to 12 ounces. And then we'll be ready to shred that chicken and put it in the oven and get it ready for the taquitos. All right, next up, we have shredded the chicken, and pretty much what I did was just take 2 forks and just shred the chicken as much as I can. Doesn't have to be super fine, but just shred it enough to where you can even those out into the taquitos. And then after we shred the chicken, we're gonna go ahead and add the buffalo and butter sauce mix and just pour that over the chicken. Try to get as much of that as possible so we do not waste. We do not like to waste this awesome, awesome buffalo and butter sauce for the chicken. So just mix it up. Try to spread it out as much as possible to get a good coating over the chicken. So you'll have that taste all throughout the chicken when you are making those taquitos. So that'll just take a minute or so just to mix that up, spread it out really well. Try to bring it in. You don't lose any pieces of chicken. And while you're doing that, you can also cut it up just a little bit more just to finally shred that chicken. Try to spread out that sauce as much as you can so we can have an equal amount of flavor throughout that taquito. It looks awesome. Just want to eat it right out of this bowl. But we're not going to do that because we do love the taquitos. It's one of our favorite lean and greens, and hopefully it'll become one of your favorite lean and greens as well. All right, looks awesome. A little bit there. Try to get that, spread that out. So then we're gonna take this chicken and we're gonna put it on a baking dish and put it in the oven that's already preheated at 400 for 20 minutes. We're gonna take it out of the oven and let it cool for 10 minutes while we make the cheese, and that'll be up next. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a baking dish and go ahead and put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Okay, while the chicken is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make our cheese balls. So you're gonna take the mixture that you made earlier and you're gonna grab 8 balls, try to make it as equal as possible. We're gonna spread those out on this baking pan. And then once we have the 8 balls there, we're gonna spread them out just a little to make an oval shape. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move that up just a little bit so we have some space. 7, 8, and there's a little bit left, so we're just going to spread those out. Try to make it as even as possible. I mean, you're going to have some that end up being a little bit bigger, but unless you want to use a measuring cup of some sort to make sure that it is exactly the same, just kind of eyeball it as much as you can, and then just make sure you use all of it. And then we're going to take this, and the way it is right there, I'm going to oval it up, not this way, all right, but horizontal, not vertically. And that way, when they are ready, we'll be able to put the chicken in it and roll them up, and we have our taquitos. It's going to be amazing. So spread those out as much as you can without having them touch to an oval shape. They don't all have to be perfect, but just know we're going to have 2 each. So as you can see, we got 2, 2, 2, 2. So you got those 4 servings, 2 taquitos each, and they are amazing. Gonna bring this sheet over just a little bit so we can have space for this one. It's already kind of falling into that other one there. We'll spread those out. These are going to be great. So that's all you really need to do. The chicken is almost done in the oven, and we'll see the next step. All right, chicken is ready. We're going to let it sit here and cool off for about 10 minutes or so. And we're going to go ahead and take the cheese and go ahead and put it in the oven for 6 to 8 minutes. Here we go. All right, so the cheese is out of the oven. We're gonna go ahead and separate them from the parchment paper. They come out pretty easy. There's one. There's two. Use this napkin so I don't burn my hands off. And there's three. There's four. And I like to keep the cheesy side on the bottom there. We're going to add the chicken to the top here because I like to see that glossy side once we roll them up. 6. You just use the other side of the parchment paper just to pull. There's 7. And there's 8. Now I'm kind of got stuck together a little bit. We'll just separate those, but look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So then we're just gonna take spoons of the chicken and try to make the same amount. You're gonna put it on to the end of the spread. Then with your hands, make sure you wash your hands, roll it up nice and tight. Make your taquitos. Get another spoon. Put it on the end. Roll it up nice and tight. Another one. Another spoonful. Put it on the end. Oop. Maybe it wants to fall out. Let's bring it back in. Roll it nice and tight. We'll do one more. And I'll show you what the final result looks like. Man, just look at it. They look amazing already. Looking amazing already. And there you have it. Take a look. We have 8 buffalo chicken taquitos. These are amazing. Make sure you enjoy this. Lean and green. It's going to be one of your favorites. Your family's going to love it. Everybody's going to love it. When you have parties, you can make some of these as well to help everybody eat healthy. And what's the best part of our recipe? Best parts of our recipes are what? Taste test time. So I'm just going to take one. Look at it. Oh, you're going to love this recipe. Remember, you need to add your lean or your greens to this lean and green. It doesn't already come with the greens. You got to add that. So I'm doing cauliflower rice and some white mushrooms to top it off. Remember, 2 taquitos per serving. 2 taquitos per serving. This makes 4 servings. So the good thing is me and my wife, so we get 2 each, and we get to save some more for later, for tomorrow and the next day, whatever we're wanting to eat, those lean and greens. But super, super awesome lean and green. You're going to love it. I hope you enjoyed this lean and green demonstration. Enjoy it. Leave some comments on the bottom. Let me know how you liked it. What else you would do differently. Any other lean and green recipes that you would like to be seen on this channel. And as always, it's a great day to be alive. It's a great time to hold each other accountable. If someone hasn't told you lately, you matter. Believe in the possibilities of being great. Treat each other the way you want to be treated, and never be satisfied, as there's always an opportunity to be a better version of yourself. Have a great rest of the day and see you soon.